thought Champions League performance from Liverpool and PSG tonight? Everybody enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it too.
Well, I enjoyed it. Just that I'm disappointed somehow because I felt like the way the PSG players bragged that they were going to win today's game, and they came to Anfield and they did it. You know, at some point I felt like these guys are bragging too much. You know, yeah. I mean, it's not like Liverpool is a pushover or somebody you can just come and then chest out. You get it? Yes, the first leg they dominated. Liverpool didn't, hit as hard as we expected. It was, PSG for 90 minutes. But in the second leg, all of us know the atmosphere at Anfield. We know that when Liverpool come to their home, it's not going to be easy for anybody. You understand? And the manner at which the PSG boys bragged that they were pretty sure that they are going to turn it around and they were going to win. And they came and they did it. Nah, I'm disappointed really. If I was a Liverpool fan, I don't think I'm going to be happy. It's not about losing the tie. It is because they said it and they did it. That's just it for me. But all in all, it was a top match. It was a top match. Entertaining wise, it was okay. As a neutral, I enjoyed it. It is a top level. I'm even disappointed that it's a round of 16 clash. You understand?
Supposed to be semi-final.
Yes, semi-final. This is a semi-final, quarter-final game, not a round of 16 clash. But anyway, that's what Champions League gives you, quality games.
All right, do you think Liverpool brought out their A game in this match?
Well, it's not like Liverpool didn't really play well. You understand? I feel like from 60 minutes down to 60 to like 90 minutes, it was 50-50. You understand? Yeah, first half, it was more like PSG, but not so much. You understand? But into the second half, Liverpool started to wake up and create some chances. I felt like if Diaz was, a little bit more inventive with the balls that came to him, and he crossed it, as early as he should sometimes, maybe they could have scored. And they even scored. It was offside. You understand? So I feel like the second half, Liverpool were much more better than PSG. Much more better. At some point, I felt like Liverpool was going to win. You understand? Because I could see that PSG were tired and the Liverpool were beginning to, wake up and to play. But since he went to penalty shootout, I just knew it was anybody's game. It was anybody's game.
All right, Salah was kept silent again. Not really quite silent. He was, I think, eventful more than the last game. So how do you feel about his performance today?
You see, this is the problem with having a one-man team. When you have a focal point in your attack that everybody knows, okay, if this guy does not play well, then you've cut out 80% of the attacking threat. It's dangerous sometimes. Yes, it's good to have a man who can score volume goals. That's how you win the league. You understand? But at the same time, you look at it where it's easy to target him. You know that, okay, if we can break down Salah, then we know Diaz and the Jota and Darwin Núñez are not going to be so much a threat. And that was what Liverpool did. That was what PSG did. It was not as if they marked Salah really. You understand? What they did was to cut off the channel of passes coming to him. They made sure those passes that Salah was going to get, they stopped it. You could see Nuno Mendes. At every point in time, he was making sure that those passes doesn't get to Salah. And if he gets to Salah, he chases Salah down to make sure Salah does not go close to the 18 before he collects the ball. So I think that's the only bad side. Salah, for me, had a bad game. Not really a bad game, but he didn't play this tie, both the first and the second leg as expected, because he was an easy target for PSG. He was easily targeted, and it's just a shame. It's a shame the way Liverpool left the Champions League.
All right, so let's talk about how the midfield was. The Liverpool midfield and PSG midfield. Who do you think that ran this game?
Well, it's going to always be a midfield battle, iron for iron. You understand? We know Liverpool are heavy metal, pressing midfield football team. But you go to PSG, they are highly technical. The PSG midfield.
Physical, but technical.
Yes, they are technical. It's not the type of people that you press and collect the ball. Once you go close to them, they turn. Once you go close to them, they swerve. So you cannot really use that Premier League heavy metal jamming to collect ball. No, if you want to collect the ball, you have to really mark. And when you are marking, you're losing energy. You understand? So it was a case of technical versus physical. And today we saw that the technical side of the game had the edge over the physical side. And you could see Nunez, Vitinha especially. And then Ruiz didn't even really play as expected.
The same way
Yes, the same way Gravenberch for Liverpool. Both of them were overrun, you understand? But all in all, I think the PSG midfield had the edge.
All right, the attack. Let's talk about the attack of the both teams. Let's say you've spoken about Salah's and the attack of Liverpool. Then let's talk about PSG attack today. Do you think they did an amazing job today?
Let me tell you something. I feel like PSG attack was poor today. You understand? You could see the amount of chances they got in the first half if they were clinical.
In the first leg?
If they were not in the first leg. Hey, we can even go to the first leg, you understand? They had lots of chances in the first leg. They did nothing with it. And then they came to Anfield again. In the first half, I felt like if they did what they had to do with the chances that came their way, the tie would have ended in the first half. It would have been 2-3 up. PSG would have been 2-3 up in the first half. You get it? And it's going to be very dangerous for PSG going forward. When you go to the quarterfinal and you don't bury the chances that comes your way, it's going to be chaotic. Yes, we are hearing they are facing Aston Villa, which is more like a small challenge. You understand? I mean, they've beaten Liverpool, which is the best team in the league. Yeah. The Aston Villa is not going to stand too much a hurdle for them.
But you remember Aston Villa beat them in the group stage?
Yes. No, not them. It was Bayern. It was Bayern.
Okay.
It was Bayern, not them. Yes, Aston Villa can pose a threat. You understand? I mean, if Unai Emery is able to put his team together, just that his defense due to injury is now fragile. But Unai Emery, if he's able to get his defenders, the likes of Pau Torres, Konsa, all of them, have them in house and lock that place like the way he did to Ole in 2021, PSG is going to attack, they won't enter. You understand? But anyway, congratulations to PSG, and hopefully they go on to win it.
All right, this kind of game, and Liverpool is losing two of their key men, which is Arnold and Konate.
That's the downside. That's the downside of having a lot of tournament around you. You get, yes, I know it's a big thing, and it's normal for a big club to be challenging for several titles. But you have to understand that there's a downside to it, and that means your top players are going to be competing in all of these competitions, and it's going to be burning them down. The fatigue is going to be coming in. You understand? Now Konate is out. Arnold is definitely out. We are very sure. Okay, they are even lucky that the next 2 weeks is going to be international break, so they have that out of the window.
And they have final next week.
And they have the final coming up. So what is the chances of Arnold and Konate being available over the weekend? You understand? It's very slim. And then you look at April, which is the most decisive month of the Premier League. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, you have a lot of games coming in. You have a lot of critical points to amass. Once you miss out on that April window, it's over. Liverpool are topping the table technically by 12 points because Arsenal have a game in hand, which is just 4 games. You understand? And Liverpool still have a lot of away games to go and play. So they have to be really careful where they are at the moment. I think the Premier League is the only vital trophy they have to pursue now. You understand? It holds a lot of value for them. Once they win it, they've equaled me. 2020. You understand? The Carling Cup, for me, I think Newcastle is going to have an edge. Newcastle is going to play it all their life. You understand? So I wouldn't want Liverpool to go and play it as though their life depends on it. No, they should apply wisdom and make sure they're gone for the Premier League.
All right, let's talk about PSG. Lastly, for their league, you know, how they prepare for this game. Do you think resting their players contributed? But they didn't really play as much as they played in the first leg. Yeah. But do you think it contributed?
Obviously it did. You had a lot of time to rest more. You have a lot of time to plan more with the senior players, understand? But in the case of Liverpool, it was not the same. There's no break in the Premier League. League 1 now, you can rest 8 of your first team. And you can still go on and, you know, get the same performance, dominate and win. The PSG played a top team, Lille, in their league over the weekend. Lille of all people that beat Real Madrid with their team B. You understand? And they still won the match. And then Liverpool played with their first 11 against Southampton, and they still trailed in the game. They had to come back and struggle to win. That tells you how difficult it is to rotate in the Premier League. You can't rotate. You can't rotate. And it's crazy. It's crazy, you understand? Yeah. That was why we need to give big credit to Manchester City. That treble they win, trust me, it was massive. It was massive.
And Luis Enrique, you know, any accolade for him? Well, arranging these guys, because I thought maybe after what happened last season, Mbappe leaving and a lot of people leaving, seeing this team performing this way with these technical abilities, you know, putting them together, is it something to call for? You know,
I think Luis Enrique is one manager that you people don't give his flowers. You understand? You look at what he has done in football. I mean, this man took Barcelona and won the treble with them. He was the last manager to win the treble, to win the Champions League for Barca. You understand? Yeah. But because he's not that, you know, media frenzy type of manager, nobody rates him. When we are talking about top managers, you don't see Luis Enrique coming up. Yeah. You get it? Yeah. But I believe if he's able to carry this PSG team, take them to the final and win it for the first time, we are going to have his name outside. And he deserves it. He deserves it, honestly. Luis Enrique is tactically on top. He's one of the persons that I can say, okay, one of the best tactical managers around town.
Look at Bakola, look at small.
Funny enough, it's not like the likes of Bakola, Due and Co are really a big threat.
Player, yes.
But he has managed to, make a whole lot out of them. The team is, the way they play, they appear to be so dangerous. But they are not more than what they used to be. You understand? That is why I said Luis Enrique deserves his flower. I mean, Mbappe left that team. Yeah. And Dembele has stepped into the shoe of Mbappe. And I trust me, they are not missing out on Mbappe.
Yes.
They are not missing out on him. They've run away with Ligue 1. In the Champions League, you see the way they are playing. Yeah, we didn't understand how they managed to go and play the playoff. But so far, so good. You can see that PSG is the team to beat.
Well, I think, but there is one more concern about Kimpembe not being in the squad again. Kimpembe, I know from PSG way back, is always in the squad.
He had 2 years injury. He had injury for 2 years. You understand? He had this very crazy injury for 2 years. I think he just got for the first time in 2 years. He started to train again. Yeah, okay. So Kimpembe, for me, I think his career at PSG is almost a wrap. It's a wrap. The PSG team is moving forward. You can see young players. It's a whole different team to what Kimpembe used to play. So they are a different team now. Even when Kimpembe comes back, they just need him to get fit and then he's going to be in the market.
Well, all right. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah. Thank you.